Hey everyone, welcome back to the Stretford end. And once again, we experienced a disappointing performance, only in the second half, though, if I have to say so. And I'm not feeling too good about the performance that we had. I'm not feeling too good about a lot of players' performances in last night's game against Burnley. And of course, there were controversial decisions that we had to face once again as we were robbed by the FA. And I say by the FA because they are the ones who's in control of VAR and the officials. However, there's a few things I want to speak about today in today's video. But before we get into that, I would like to say definitely give the channel a subscribe if you haven't done so before. Let's get the channel growing. Let's at least try and get the channel up to 100 subscribers at least by the middle of the year. That is the goal that we have set here at the Stretford Inn, and I'm sure that it is possible if you guys definitely do like the videos, subscribe, and share it to your friends that are also Man United supporters and family as well. I trust that you guys are having a good day so far. It's been a bit of an up and down morning for me personally, but on the other hand, we look forward again once to the game against Southampton at the weekend. But before we get there, there's quite a few things that we need to get to with regards to post-match reaction against the game that we played against Burnley last night. So, as I've said, there's a couple things I want to speak about. First of all, player performances. Secondly, we'll speak about the controversial decisions that ultimately cost us the game. And three, I want to speak about none other than the most, and if I say so myself, the most useless captain we've had to date since the club has actually been, alive, if I have to put it that way, in Harry Maguire. And once again, what I think about these performances. I'm not quite happy with regards to where our club is right now. I'm furious on the inside. I basically was very much furious last night as well during the game. For those that have seen on Twitter, there were constant, tweets going out from the Stretford end. And, it basically showed quite a lot, throughout the game, how it went up here to the top, of the roller coaster, right to the bottom at the end of the ride when the button is pushed by the person that is control of the roller coaster itself. We seem to have a complete up and down, a huge, strong first half that we had, but the second half wasn't so strong, and it kind of showed a lot of our flaws that we have. We again got exposed like we did against Middlesbrough, and this was very, very sad to see, and also difficult to take because of the players that we had on the pitch. So, player performances from back to front. De Gea, fantastic. He, did what he needed to do, made a fantastic save from a, half volley from Wout Weghorst. And of course, he was a bit unlucky for the goal. I feel that, for the goal, it was basically avoidable, first of all. And, with Scott McTominay being there, completely being bypassed, and then Maguire completely reading the game wrong, trying to, press and cover for McTominay, but not looking to his left-hand side to see where Varane is. And Varane also tried to push up, thus leaving a hole in the defense. Luke Shaw keeping Jay Rodriguez on side, which didn't help. And once Weghorst turned Maguire, it was basically tickets for him as, Jay Rodriguez got the run in on goal, one-on-one. And by the time Shaw got there, which he should have gone behind De Gea to go and stop the shot, should the shot be beaten. And of course, we saw Jay Rodriguez's shot wasn't the greatest. He just chipped De Gea. De Gea tried to make himself as big as possible, as he should. And Shaw tried to slide in front of him, which didn't help because he basically just chipped the both of them. Like I said, if Luke Shaw went behind him and tried to stop the ball from going in behind De Gea, perhaps we would have stopped it. Perhaps he would have cleared it off the line, etc., etc. But it was a game of shouldas, couldas, and what ifs. But as I've said before, the goal could have been avoided. Unfortunately, Gea did not get his clean sheet. But the same happened against Middlesbrough with Dean Henderson. He couldn't get a clean sheet due to defensive errors. And again, it is started to be seen, as I've said before, when Luke Shaw and Harry Maguire plays, there's this nonchalant attitude in the defense, with it's fine, we are better than them, we don't attack us, we'll be fine. And again, it came to bite us in the butt, as once again we saw Maguire turn as slow as a truck that needs to U-turn. And basically, I don't know if you guys remember the show on SABC3 for South Africans out there, the show called Going Nowhere Slowly. That's basically what we should call Harry Maguire. I feel that's basically what he is. He basically turned and he was never ever get into Rodriguez, even if he tried. And when he got there, perhaps he could have fouled him, perhaps he could have tried to make an effort, but something powerful. Alan Shearer basically said that there was absolutely no effort shown by Maguire to get back, to defend, to do something to stop Jay Rodriguez. And that shows you in itself the attitude that these players have. He basically also made mention of a very important point. He said that with Rangnick being an interim coach, some of these players are on the end of their contracts. Some players, are doubting should they be here for next season, etc., etc. They basically won't listen to Rangnick because to them, who are you? You only here for till the end of the season. And when the new coach comes in, the permanent coach, then I'll have to show, who I am. So right now, I don't really care, but it's a lesson learned. Once again, we need to pick up points. We need to get 3 points. We need to get on a winning streak because Spurs is playing tonight and they basically would win and go above us. And they still got 2 games in hand after that on top of us. West Ham won last night and they basically took 4th place and we are like 5th. Then we still have Wolves that is also there and we could end up easily finishing the season at 7th or 8th. It's difficult to say, but that is the truth. That is basically what we are facing. And, it's difficult. It really is difficult to take because this is not where we should be. This is not how we should be. We look much better defensively under Rangnick, but we're not scoring goals. It's like the team just can't find the balance. Under Ole, we weren't scoring goals but conceding. Now we are not conceding goals and conceding less goals, if I have to be honest, but we're not scoring enough goals to win. And, it's difficult to take because, as I've said, the players we had on the pitch should have wiped the floor with Middlesbrough and we should have wiped the floor against Burnley. And I said in the previous video, if you haven't seen it yet, go and check it out definitely. I've said that this club is rotten from the board right down to the first team. And there are certain people from the board right through the club until the first team that definitely needs to pack their bags and go. Because I'm sick and tired of this now. I'm sick and tired of being excited for the game. I'm sick and tired of, expecting these players to turn up and then they don't because they decide not to do so. There is a weak mentality inside the team and these players don't really care. They're here for money, they're here for business, and the players that were signed by the club is basically just to make money for marketing and sponsorship deals and for shirt sales. That is all it is. I don't think and I don't believe that the board has a plan. I don't think they know who they want to bring in the summer as a coach. And, as I said, for me personally, Erik ten Hag, go and watch the video if you haven't seen it. That's basically the opinion that I gave as to why he's the coach for the future. Nevertheless, I basically want to continue speaking about player performances. Maguire, get out. Seriously, he shouldn't play against Southampton on Saturday. He shouldn't be starting. Southampton is going to play a high press. Southampton is going to play rock and roll football under Ralph Hasenhüttl, as we've seen. And definitely, they're going to hammer Maguire. They're going to attack him. And they're definitely going to try and run on him. Because Southampton, with Trey Adams and Armando Broja up front, etc., those players are going to run at Maguire. And as we've seen, Maguire has got absolutely no pace. Like a truck that lost its wheels and standing on the side of the road, hoping to go somewhere. No, he should not be starting over the weekend. He had the most poor performance ever, in my opinion. The first half, he looked decent, he looked okay, but he still looked shaky here and there. But in the second half, from the moment Jay Rodriguez and Wout Weghorst completely took him to school and back, no, he should be dropped. And we need to be looking at getting another centre-back in to replace him, because I definitely do not believe he will be by us for the new season, and I don't think he is the defender that we need to, build our defense upon. We need to build it upon Rafael Varane, and Lindelof or Eric Bailly should be playing next to him. Luke Shaw, a bit of a good first half that he had, especially with the great assist that he gave for Pogba. We will speak about the goals in due time and the disallowed goals as well and what I think of the officiating. But Luke Shaw had a decent first half, but the second half fell away once again. Again, he saw Jay Rodriguez on the line. He should have stepped up to play the offside, but he played Jay Rodriguez onside, and he was way too far in terms of the left-hand side of the field to try and catch up to Jay Rodriguez, who scored the equalizing goal. Delot did not do so well going forward. Defensively, he was okay, but he did not do so well going forward, not crossing the ball incorrectly, basically not making runs that would cause trouble for Burnley's defense. He looked quite lost, as the right wing back for this game. Hopefully it was just a blip, and hopefully he will perform better against Southampton on Saturday. And in midfield, Pogba, again, in my opinion, according to the tweets that I also posted, started the game slowly as the rest of the team. In actual fact, both halves we started slowly, the first half and the second half. And the second half, we definitely got punished for starting slowly. And I'm sure Ragnick told the players halftime, guys, they are going to reset, they are going to come at us hard, and let's be ready for it. I don't think he said, hey guys, we 1-0 ahead, let's chill, they're not going to attack us, we'll play the ball from the back and we'll be easy. I don't think he said that. I don't think that's the way Ragnick works. And it is sad to see that the players came out and still reacted this slowly to the start of the half. And Pogba himself, as I said, grew into the game, grew into the first half, and basically started controlling the midfield, strutting his stuff and, doing what he does best, spraying passes, making runs into the box, which is where his goal came from. And, as I've said, brilliant run by Sancho, laying it off to Shaw, Shaw looking up and laying it off to him, and he puts it into the back of the net, scoring his first goal since October in the Premier League, since his injury. And, since that, he had confidence, he pushed, he tackled, and he ended up doing work for both him and McTominay, who again was anonymous. Get McTominay and Maguire out. Seriously. Don't start McTominay. He does absolutely nothing in the team. He didn't do anything going forward. He didn't do anything defensively. And when he did do something defensively, he loses the ball 5 seconds after that. So he's not good enough to play for us in midfield. And Pogba knows that. Hence the reason why Pogba ended up playing for two people. And that's why, and it shows McTominay's, fitness levels. He got injured. And basically nobody actually injured him. He was laying on the floor for a while, got up, and then he decided to be injured, and then he got taken off. And that's when we brought on Lingard. And then Ragnick changed to a 4-2-2-2, which basically tried to work for us, but it still didn't work because Lingard came on also, and he did absolutely nothing. Someone said and told me Lingard wants to stay at the club. Where was that even real? The guy was posted in a West Ham t-shirt after we lost. He was taking days off when we needed, attacking players in the team on Friday against Middlesbrough, and then comes on and says, oh no, he's always willing to be ready for the team and his head is clear. Crap! You wanted to leave. Literally on the last day of the transfer window, you were begging and desperate to go to Newcastle. Now all of a sudden you want to stay at the club. Please, you're just here for money and for your J Links brand, of course. My guy, you need to be leaving the club. You are not good enough to even come on as a sub anymore. You haven't done anything for us since you came on against Burnley. And Bruno went missing as well. He always had 3 Burnley players on him whenever he received the ball. In the second half, he became in a hurry, especially after the equalizer, misplacing passes, not shooting when he should be passing, and, shooting when he shouldn't be shooting. And, it just became very frustrating after a while, as to how this team, ended up playing so badly in the second half. Rashford, oh my soul, I said before the game, I don't want Rashford to start. I said this. But Ragnick started him probably because of his pace, probably because of him being quick enough, to close someone down. So this is basically, the reasons why Rashford started. But I never wanted him to start. I wanted Sancho on the right and I wanted Elanga on the left. Elanga came on and didn't do as well as I thought he would, but he came on and brought more energy. He brought a sense of freshness in the attack, that's what we needed. And speaking about Sancho, fantastic performance by Sancho. The man of the match is between Varane and Sancho, in my opinion. Absolutely beautiful performance by Sancho. Every time he got the ball, we looked dangerous. I wanted us to get the ball more to him. I didn't want him on the left-hand side, but Ragnick seems to, want him to play there on the left-hand side and occasionally on the right-hand side. But as I've said, Sancho had a beautiful performance. He deserved the goal, and he probably, deserved us to get the win because he performed so well. But hopefully he can build on this, and we'll see, the same performance and better against Southampton over the weekend. Cavani was completely starved of service. He basically ran into spaces, tried to, help the team with the build-up, but the ball never ended up at his feet. The crosses never got to him. And when he made the run, nobody decided to pass to him. So a very frustrating night for him, rightly taken off for Ronaldo, who many would say should have started. But again, he's also not in the greatest of form. And when he came on, he had two clear-cut headers where we believe he should have scored, but he didn't. And it kind of looks to me that he's like a car that needs new oil. And that is, difficult to take. But hey, he has to have these down moments, in his career so that he can once again push on and come back. I'm sure he will be starting over the weekend, surely, and he will definitely do his best to start scoring again for the team and helping the team win. So, that is just basically my opinion on, the team itself and how they played. Fantastic in the first half, very, very poor in the second half. We couldn't keep the balance. We rightly conceded due to a slow start. And, it cost us the game. Maguire cost us the game. No, he did. After the game, this guy was talking about the weather. That's a problem. Difficult conditions. You were at fault for the equalizer. You, our captain was at fault and doesn't want to take responsibility. Why is he even being interviewed by the club after the game? What could he possibly say? Surely I would have literally respected him if he said, you know what? It was my fault for the goal. I misread the situation. Done. I get that. I will definitely respect you. But now you're coming out and blaming the forward players for not taking chances and scoring. And the weather was bad and the conditions is difficult. No. You are our captain. Lead as example. Lead by example. You cannot, under no circumstances, tell me that you, as an £80 million centre-back, starter for England, literally didn't understand that if you press too much, you will get turned and be beaten for pace. Really? You didn't understand that? Nah, I didn't care what Maguire said after the game. The moment I heard him make excuses, I literally stopped listening to him, and that was that. So I want to now move along to those refereeing decisions. First of all, Varane's goal before Pogba scored was a legitimate goal. VAR and the referee robbed us because yes, if Maguire is offside, all good and well, but he wasn't interfering with play. The ball went right over his head and Varane scored a goal fantastically well, heading it into the opposite corner. I don't know why the goal was disallowed. Offside doesn't make sense because he was no longer, as I said, involved in the play once the ball was kicked in. He literally ran was onside, but they called him offside and he didn't even attempt to go for the ball. We were robbed for that goal. Should have been 1-0 up by then, 2-0 up with Pogba's goal, which means game over, done and dusted. We control the game. Some of our players get more space because Burnley would then press to try and get a goal so that they can have momentum. We would then punish them more, and that's what was supposed to happen when the ball was crossed in and basically an own goal by Ben Mee. But then again, very, very soft, foul given on Ben Mee with Pogba on top of him, given as a foul, goal being disallowed. What? Where has football gone? I remember crunching challenges, literally crunching challenges, and players just getting up and walking. Now you have players that are falling just because someone jumped higher than them and they felt the arm against their head, or they felt the arm in their back, or a hand on their shoulder. Oh, I need to go down. Oh no. Oh, Mr. Ref, it's a foul. What the hell? What happened to the days of hard defending? I mean, for heaven's sake, Ben Mee and Tarkowski are supposedly, these English centre-backs that are, strong physically, but they're going down for the softest of things. This is not the first time we have goals disallowed at Burnley for a team that is known for their physical attributes, that they are going down for the softest of touches. Nah. That is wrong. That is bad. And it is poor officiating once again by, the English officials. This is the reason why none of them were at the World Cup recently. Because they are crap referees. Because they blow for personal reasons. Because they blow to try and create entertainment in the league. They don't blow according to the rules that they are supposed to follow. So we should have been 3-0 up. We should have won that game. We should have been, in the lead by more goals in halftime. We should have dealt with the quick start by Burnley in the second half, which means that we should have gone on to win the game. And even after they equalized, why did the players' heads drop? Why did they become so lost and not knowing what to do? Go and score another goal. Play the same way that you played. Play with more intensity. Take the game to Burnley. Why on earth have we decided to sit back and watch Burnley attack us? we lost that. We basically drew that game, and I actually want to say we lost that game. We lost that game due to the fact that our players are weak in their mentality, that they don't want to fight, that they don't want to decide to actually be more aggressive, to fight for the shirt, to be who they're supposed to be on the pitch, to fight for the fans that sacrifice their time to come and watch you and to support you playing on the pitch. All we want is good performances, and that will result in wins. But it's like these players don't care. They don't want to win. They don't want to perform well because their minds are only concerned on their pockets. It's only concerned on what brands they can attract to their name. Oh, how many followers they can have on social media, etc. It's absolute crap, and it needs to change. It needs to change. Things need to change. Oh, and don't come and tell me about Ronaldo leaving the field early. Oh, that's a problem. It's a concern. Yes, don't get me wrong. But wouldn't you be upset as a player if you see for a fact that your captain, first of all, is not leading the team? Secondly, you see that some of the players are not playing to their fullest potential. And thirdly, why is he supposed to be happy about the performance? We played crap. We played crap. So it's by right that he runs off the field to show his frustration, to show that we need to start playing better. We need to start playing for the team. We need to start playing for Ralf Rangnick, who is basically so honest, calling all these players out, telling them that they are crap, telling them that they are not focused on their football enough. And we need to start playing for Manchester United, the club that is on the front of your shirt. Stop playing for the name at the back. I basically like to thank you guys for watching the video. Thank you guys for listening to the post-match reaction. We'll definitely be speaking soon again. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel. Definitely give the video a like, and also share it to your friends and family that do support United, so we can definitely get the channel up to 100 subscribers by the middle of the year at least. Let's try and push it to that. I know we can do it. I believe in you, Reds, and definitely we'll be speaking soon with another video where we'll be basically just speaking about a bit of news and transfer news that we have found in the news since the result against Burnley last night, where we drew 1-1 and where we supposedly should have won the game. Thank you guys for joining me. That is it from me, Sachin Johnson, and the Stretford end. Goodbye.